Dave, him from California. People are already emboldened towards bigotedly motivated acts.
Oh.
So, hi, Dave. How are you?
Great. Could have been better. It's trying. Also, want to say, how's your mango? So had to throw that. Yeah. So you know which Dave this is now.
Yeah.
Anyway, but no. Over the last few days, I have already been experiencing some pretty messed up stuff. Me being the somewhat already of a neighborhood pariah, having a trans child, and being vehemently opposed to a lot of what's going on. Right when it happened, right after the election, they've been emboldened to be harassing me outside my house at various hours, day and night, getting jeers, getting called the F word. Some people were shooting off fireworks the other night. It's already started. Somebody actually, they didn't cross into my backyard, but they were like waving their hands over my fence and screaming at me while all I was just doing there was sitting in the backyard listening to y'all. Not this show, but another show.
Yeah.
When it was happening, and so it's happening. They are being emboldened. You said you were afraid that was going to happen. It is happening.
Do you feel like you're still safe, or do you feel like there's any way that you could make yourself safe?
I do not feel threatened, especially not in as much where I need to leave and or do anything. But I will just say, without crossing any lines over the air, that I have measures to protect myself.
Yeah, we did talk about that in the super chat earlier. The importance of trained protection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm a military veteran. My training is pretty decent.
I am worried about people. I really am. I really am worried that we're going to see more and more problems as time goes on along these lines, especially as because people are becoming more emboldened. All we need is 5-6 of these incidents to be spread across the media for even more people to become emboldened, and that's what I'm afraid of, that we're going to see like a large movement of bigotry.
My fear in this is that there will be no significant consequences for those who do it. I did have the cops involved, and their only advice was file a civil harassment suit. I've already lost one civil harassment suit against these people in the past. I can't afford to lose a second one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm worried.
The rock and hard place I'm finding myself in is that any protective measures that I do take are entirely in my own hands. I don't have anybody on the outside looking to help or acting to help.
EJ, you were going to say something?
Yeah, I do think, unfortunately, like you were saying, it's going to, at least for a while, there might be no serious repercussions for people who do take bigoted actions like this. However, hopefully we will see perhaps a Supreme Court case or some sort of landslide action that allows courts, or not allows, but forces them and law enforcement officers who take events like this seriously. Because when people feel comfortable enough harassing you and nothing happens to them, they might grow bolder, and that's something that not a lot of people can risk. You are a bit lucky in that, and that you have.
That's what we thought was gonna. Sorry.
I was just saying you're lucky in that you have the training.
With Eric Donner, Breonna Taylor, all of that.
Yeah, it's.
We
I'm
thought
so
those
sorry
were
you
those
have to go through
landslide
this.
places that would make a difference.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
I'm so sorry they weren't.
We just have to keep plugging forward and not let it get us down. I don't know what else to say. I feel for you. I think everybody knows I'm in a really small town. We've got a rainbow flag, a little rainbow flag up in the front window of our store. And I put progressive candidates campaign signs out in my front yard. And I've been worried about something happening to me here. I don't know what happened this election cycle, but last 4 years ago, 78% of my county voted for Trump. So I'm assuming it's probably going to be the same or even more this time around. But when you're such a small group in an area that has so many militantly bigoted people, it's a bit scary. It can be a bit scary.
And I don't see it getting better before it gets worse.
Mm-hmm. I don't either at this point. I really don't. I've said for years now that we've been in a cold civil war, and I still believe that. And I was worried that it was going to break out no matter which way we went. You know, like I said, it's either going to embolden people or it was going to make people think they were backed into a corner, so they had to do something. And I think the emboldening thing might be even worse than the backed into the corner thing. So I don't know. We'll see how it plays out, I guess, over the next couple of years. I have a feeling 2 years from now, there's going to be a lot of people with buyer's remorse, though.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That is my silver lining. I do feel like, like I said, it's going to get worse before it gets better, but he's going to have slow traction making change in the first 2 years. And if it gets bad enough, then people are going to look at that in the midterms, and it can result in a reform out of the House and Senate together. That would be a fucking silver lining as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I would consider that a silver lining, sure.
Hopefully,
that's about the only optimism I have for the future. Is the next 2 years are going to tell us everything.
Hopefully we don't see anything too bad happening to marginalized communities, because the way things have been going, it does have even people over here in Europe a bit worried. However, in your situation, I'm fully confident that you guys will remain safe. But I'm keeping a thought out and trying to actively help people who are in worse situations. And it can be a bit worrying, but as Kelley was saying, we should keep hope, because even if this is the worst 4 years that we've had in a long time, it's still 4 years. We can get through this. Like, if we stick together as a community, we can get through this, and we will.
Fingers crossed when they're still able to vote in 4 years, right?
When they start running out of people to come after, are they going to come after you? And if not, why? They should be, right?
Yeah. First they came for the trans kids, and I did something because I've read the rest of the poem.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I'm at right here. Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate. And
you called me a gentleman.
Please keep reading those screenshots of you, Kelley. Yeah, that was a callback. I love you, man. Take care, Kelley, and hopefully you get some more interesting calls than me.
Well, we're at the end of the show, so but I appreciate you calling in. I really do.
Right, well, then I guess I'll see you in the after show.
You'll see us. Yeah.